Hey everyone, it's Dave from Dave's Ohio Barbecue, and today we are going to be unboxing, assembling, and testing out the PizzaQue pizza kit. Stick around. Now, if you watch my channel, you know that I have a pizza oven for my Weber Kettle that I built out of an old Coors Light keg. And it still works great, and I use it all the time. It's fantastic. But I was on Facebook the other day. We have this buy nothing site in my town where people are looking to get rid of things. And someone posted this PizzaQue pizza kit for nothing. So I was like, well, I got to try it. I mean, why not? So thankfully, I was the person chosen to get it. I told them I'm going to make a review of it on my YouTube channel. So this is going to be that. First of all, there's some assembly involved. So let's get started with that right now. All right, so when we first open up the box here, here's what comes inside. You can see they weren't lying. It's never been used. We got a little letter from the manufacturer. I don't really need that. We've got some sort of wire basket here. I think this is for the charcoal. We'll get to that in a second. As we're going, I'm going to chuck some stuff out in the garbage here. There we go. We've got all sorts of other stuff that I don't know what it is. Looks like a handle for a pizza peel and some other guides here. And we've got the instruction manual. Ooh, this is awfully thick for whatever is going on here. This, I believe, is the outer shell of the actual ring that you put on top of your Weber kettle. Imagine this works with other charcoal kettles as well, but Weber kettle's what I have. Got this, probably the opening. And then underneath we've got a pizza stone. Nice size pizza stone. Put that aside. Looks pretty good. And then we've got part of the pizza peel that you use to put the pizza in the oven. Okay, cool. It comes with everything. It looks like everything you need. So let's open up the instructions and get started on that. Now it says, I'm going to move this out of the way. It says you're supposed to center the basket right in the middle here, which it's a pretty big basket. I mean, it's taking up essentially, you know, my whole grill here. This thing is not together at all. That would be my one complaint so far about this thing. I mean, it is cheap in general. It's not a high quality. There are better pizza ovens out there. I guess I could clamp these together and make it a little bit more secure. But it says you're supposed to place this in the middle, which I guess is fine. I'm used to placing it in the back and letting the flames come over the top of the pizza. But I think what I'm going to do, since this is so big, I'm going to kind of push it a little bit towards the back there, and that's where I'm going to put my charcoal. Okay, let's try the pizza grill out here. So before we get any charcoal in there, this fits in there like it's supposed to. I'm going to put my opening right here, and then I'm going to make sure these clips actually snap on there, which they appeared to. The back one didn't. There we go. Those are all on there like so. The pizza stone, obviously you'd add the charcoal first. Goes in here and pushes back against there. So there is plenty of room all the way around for flames to kind of heat to come up. So I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. not sure I like this gap right here, but I guess that is what it is. And then you take your lid and you hook that into the other clips, or at least use it to sort of rest on there like so. All right. So to make this a little bit more actually wood fired, I'm going to add a couple pieces of oak in there just to kind of get some flames going. That's going to be too high, so I'm going to have to put that down like that. All right, I'm going to let that kind of catch, and then I will put the pizza stone on. Actually, I'll put the pizza stone on before that so I don't burn myself. All right, let that get going. And next, we're going to do some pizza. So this video isn't so much about the pizza recipe. This is more about how this thing cooks, how fast it'll make a pizza, what temperature it gets up to. So I'm just using a store-bought pizza dough. It's actually a whole wheat pizza dough. And then just regular sauce and cheese. I'm not really going anything special. It's not about that. I just want to see how this thing performs and how quickly it'll cook a pizza and what sort of wood-fired texture we get. So I'm going to go inside, I'm going to make the pizza, and I'm going to come back out, slap it on here, we'll time it, we'll see how quickly we can make a wood-fired pizza. So you can see I've got some nice flame coming up over top of the pizza stone there. I'm going to put the lid on, and hopefully it'll just follow the shape of the lid up and around. Like so. Let's see how high this thing heats up. I'm not saying this thermometer is accurate, but it might be a good gauge of what this thing is capable of. All right, the pizza oven's ripping hot. I got a little tiny small pizza here. It's just got cheese and some sauce on it, and I've got got some semolina flour underneath. I'm going to kind of scoot it in there. All right, it's on there. It's on the pizza stone. I'm going to kind of keep an eye on it. Now, let me see what you guys can see in there. I don't know if you can see. I don't want to get my camera too close because I really don't want it to burn. You got a flame coming up over the top there. Seems to be cooking pretty well. I'm going to see if I need to rotate it. I'm going to kind of get underneath there. Yeah, maybe just a little bit. Because I don't know which side of this pizza stone is hotter, so I don't want it to get burned. I would imagine back there where the flame is, it's pretty ripping hot. You can see it's bubbling up nicely. Again, it says it takes 3 to 5 minutes, so I'm going to keep a good eye on it. Yep, and that flame coming up there is real nice. That's what I'm looking for. You want that heat from above to kind of roast the thing. And I can get a bigger pizza than this. I'm going to try 2 small ones, and maybe my last one I'll do a big one and see how that cooks. All right, so there's really not that much color on here yet. I might put it back in, but you can see underneath you're getting that leoparding. You'll hear me in this video say leoparding a lot. Leoparding is that quality you want at the bottom of your pizza where you see all those little dark speckles on it. It starts off by turning brown and then it almost gets that dark, like charred look. You don't want it to be one solid burned piece. You want it to have little spots on there and it looks like the skin of a leopard or the fur of a leopard. That's why it's called leoparding. So you'll have to take my word for it. That last pizza came out great. The problem is my phone, which I'm recording this on, overheated. So I couldn't really, I'm going to clean that up, couldn't really get the final shot there. So my family's already eaten it. Here's the second one though. We just got sauce, cheese, and some sausage on there. I'm going to time this one. Went in at 212. Camera's a little further away from the grill this time. I kind of don't want to burn it. So it's been in there for 1 minute. You can see the crust is kind of getting set. It's getting a little bit of brown in there. I'm just going to rotate it. Put it back in there again. I've also noticed that the flames and everything from the oak logs I put in there have died down. I think that they've burned off. So what I would probably do in the future is maybe after, I've been moving slow in this one, but maybe after 2 or 3 pizzas I might take the lid off, heat-proof gloves obviously, and reload it with a little more logs if you really like that flame effect going over the top. Okay, it's been in there 2 minutes now. There's not much, the sausage is probably keeping down the bubbling, but it's starting to bubble a little on the crust. Take it out here and rotate it. This one's a little bigger than the previous one. Ooh, definitely is hot, give it that. So it seems to be doing really well. I mean, this is now about 3-4 minutes it's been in there. And you can see the crust is really nice and leopard underneath there. The top doesn't get as brown because I don't think there's anything deflecting the heat except for the lid. And by then, you know, the flames are way up here. So it doesn't get as brown on top, but the bottom definitely gets good. I'm just gonna rotate it one more time. I would say this is not the most well-constructed pizza oven out there. It's pretty flimsy. But if you're only going to use it, you know, 2-3 times a year or something, or make a couple pizza when friends come over, I think it's probably really good. Like I said, the pizza oven I have has a deflector. The one I built out of a keg has a deflector that will go right over the top. And I'll link to that video in the description down there. And so that really gets the top like brown and really bubbly. This does a great job on the bottom, but the top was definitely a little bit more golden when the logs were burning and the flames were coming up over top. Those oak logs have died down and I don't have any flames coming up anymore. It's super hot in there. The thermometer's still pegged all the way to the end, so it's got to be 700-800 degrees in there. It's just not, it doesn't have the flame coming over the top. And if you ever see a wood-fired pizza oven, that's kind of the goal there. But that looks pretty good, actually. I like it. All right, pizza number 2 in the bag. I looked around on the internet, and a lot of places that sold this PizzaQue had it for sale for $99. You can still find it on Amazon. To be honest, I think the price is a little steep for the quality. I mean, you do get a pizza peel with it and the stone, so it does have everything you need to get started. But it is pretty thin metal, and I'm not sure how long it's going to hold up. Like I said, I have my other pizza oven, so I'll probably only use this a couple times a year. What I like about it, one, it was pretty easy to assemble. I mean, as long as you have a couple screwdrivers on you, you should be good. I like how the pizza stone is perfectly level with the lip of the Weber kettle. It's nice because the pizza peel just slides right in. That's really handy. What else? It has a thermometer. I have no idea how accurate that is, but we'll call that a pro. Cons, they seem a little flimsy. The basket that the charcoal goes in is really cheap. It's like basically glorified chicken wire. And it's not small. It doesn't break down into a smaller shape, like it's not foldable or something. So you're gonna have to store it wherever, probably indoors. I'm gonna put mine in my garage at that full size. So it takes up a decent chunk of real estate. One other con I thought of, there's really no easy way to refill the fuel or put more logs in or add more charcoal. You basically have to have like heat-proof gloves, take everything out, take the pizza stone out, and then put everything back in there and then reassemble everything. I wish there was a way that the pizza stone could be offset to the front, and then you can just kind of lift the lid and chuck. Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And if you want to, Twitter, although honestly Twitter is just whatever I post on Facebook. I don't really use it much ever since Elon ruined it. You can also subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up if you like this video, and if you subscribe, you'll get notifications anytime I make a new video. I've got a lot of videos coming out real soon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.